Joining me now at PGA Golf Academy in Ocean Isle Beach is Art Colasanti. Thanks so much for being with us, Art.
Thank you, Nathan.
So tell me about PGA Golf Academy. I know you're helping people improve their golf game. Tell me about what it means to be a PGA golf professional.
I've been a PGA golf professional for 43 years. Loved every minute of it. Started as a golf pro, got into the industry as a general manager, regional manager, executive vice president, but always loved being a golf professional. So I retired in 2013, and at that time I started to relax, and I said I need to do something else, and that's why I started the Golf Academy, because I love to teach.
So you moved here to Brunswick County? And
yes, we moved over here to Ocean Isle. It's where we retired to, and you all know how beautiful this place is, and that's why we came here.
Yeah, and to PGA Golf Academy, how long have you been open providing these services to folks here?
We opened in December. Okay. PGA America wants the PGA itself to grow the game. And the three things that affect the game are cost, amount of time, and difficulty of the game. So I came up with the concept of the Academy in that I give lessons, but they're only 15 minutes, they're $25. And the difficulty of the game changes drastically because I'm able to work one-on-one inside, and the simulator shows us exactly what you're doing. So that's why I created it.
Okay, so you have a simulator, which is a great way for folks to start if they've never been on a golf course to play before. So tell me about the simulator.
It's not as intimidating as you would think. And what you do is we put the ball down and you hit it into the screen, and at the bottom of the screen it shows different aspects of what the ball has just done and what your swing has done. And if I go on the range with you to give you a lesson, it takes probably about 30 minutes to have a clear understanding of what you're doing. With a simulator, it takes less than 5 minutes.
Wow. Yeah, Art, so you provide services to people who have maybe never played golf before, but they're interested in it, which is a lot of people moving down, they live on a golf course and they see people out there playing, but they don't know where to begin, and that's where you can help.
Yes, anywhere from beginner to established players.
Okay. What kind of services do you provide for those who are established and want to improve their golf game?
When they come in, what I'll do is ask them a little bit about their game and what they want to improve on. Then we'll have them go to hit some balls into the simulator and then watch what happens with the ball as it hits the net and screen, and then we go from there.
Okay, how much can you work with somebody? I know you said that the lessons are 15 minutes, but if somebody wants to come in every week, do you have any programs or anything like that?
Yes, we can establish a teaching program to meet your needs, whatever you'd like to do.
So it's very customizable.
Yes, but I like 15 minutes because I can let you know exactly what you need to work on, because you do need to hit balls on a range to actually get the feel of what it is out there. So that's the way we do it.
Okay, and I know you are part of this company called L2 Putters. You own the company, is that right?
I'm part owner. John Ambrose was the designer of the putter. And in 2016, we went to the PGA Golf Show in Orlando. And the PGA Golf Show is the largest trade show in the world for golf. And we were selected best putter. I knew it was good, but I didn't realize it was that good.
And tell me about the L2 putter and what sets that apart.
It sets it apart because of alignment, contact, and stroke stability. Now what I mean by alignment is the putter stands up by itself. So once you establish your position, you can walk behind it to see if you were exactly lined up. The contact aspect is most putters have a sweet spot the size of a dime. Ours is 5 dimes. And the stroke stability, and most putters weigh 370 grams. Our putter weighs 620. So the stability is straight back and straight through. So all the elements of being a good putter are established in the design of the putter. One of the aspects of the putter that is so unique is that we can custom design it to whatever you need. Most of the time when you go into a pro shop or a PGA superstore, there's thousands of putters and you pick it up and that's the one you got to take. When you come here, you go ahead and try it's always the same putter head, but what I change is the alignment of the shaft, the grip, and the length of the putter. So I customize it to your comfort level, which improves your putting immediately because you're comfortable and you've got the best putter that's out there.
Yeah, that's good to know that somebody can come in and take a look at it and you can customize it for them so they know that they're getting the best value as well. Definitely. And speaking of improving the game, I wanted to ask you about the game of golf, where it's heading now. There's a lot of people that are moving down here and moving on the golf courses, and it seems to be real popular here, but overall, what are you doing to help promote the game of golf?
The game of golf has changed tremendously in the last 20 years with technology and everything. About 15 years ago, it was at its height. The National Golf Foundation said at that time that a golf course needed to open every day to take care of the number of players out there. Well, that didn't turn out to be true, and actually here on the Grand Strand, they're starting to close golf courses because there's more golf courses than they need. But the key aspect of golf that is a problem is the cost, as I had said before, and the time of play. Back in the 50s and 60s and 70s, you'd buy a membership at a country club and Dad would play golf every Saturday and Sunday. Well, that's not the way it is anymore. So there's too many things going on for the family. So it has to be quick. So that's one of the key elements that we try to help improve is the speed of play. And also the cost. The cost has gotten outrageous when you see some of the green fees it takes to play some of these nice golf courses.
Yeah, so that's certainly a reason why people might want to come and get lessons from you so that they know that they are getting the best value when they go out and play. They don't feel like they're wasting their money on something that they don't know how to do.
That's exactly right. That was one of the key elements here. In a 15-minute lesson for $25, and to be able to show you the many different things about your golf swing in that 15-minute time period. You can find out if you really want to play this game, if you really enjoy this game, and if you really want to work on the aspects to improve yourself.
Yeah, do you have any more advice for folks who are learning to get into golf for the first time, or if they're really experienced and they're looking to improve their game?
43% of the strokes you take on the course are putting. Everybody walks in here and says, teach me how to hit the ball 300 yards. Well, I can't teach you that because we all don't have that talent. But I can teach you to become a better putter. And that's what I do with most of the players when they want to improve their game. Yes, I'll work with them on their golf swing, but if I can improve their putting, that's where they'll score better and improve their overall game.
All right, so Art, if somebody's looking to make an appointment with you, how would they get in touch with you?
My phone number is 704-953-2928. I live 15 minutes from here. If I'm not here when you come by, just pick up the phone. I'll be happy to come down.
All right, and you're located on Beach Drive in between the Sunset Beach intersection where the food line is and Ocean Isle Beach Causeway Drive.
It's called Sands Plaza.
Sands Plaza.
6810 Beach Drive.
All right, so 6810 Beach Drive here in Ocean Isle Beach. Thanks so much, Art, PGA Golf Academy in Ocean Isle Beach. Joining me now is Bill Allen with the Flying Locksmiths of Coastal Carolinas. Thanks so much for being with us, Bill.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So the Flying Locksmiths is a franchise, but y'all are locally owned.
Yes, we are.
And y'all recently started here in Calabash. We're in Calabash where your office is located, but y'all serve all of Brunswick County.
We do. It's my wife and I. We're co-owners of the franchise here. Our territory actually goes from south of Georgetown, South Carolina, all the way up to Topsail Beach, Pender County, and then all the way out to 95. So we do offer the ability to serve multiple locations, obviously within the territory. Brunswick County is kind of where we're based and kind of our home base, and we do a lot of work already in Brunswick County. So.
Okay, so why did you decide to start this franchise?
Well, we liked the business model. We liked the people that own the corporation. We felt very comfortable with them, and my wife and I had talked about owning our own business for a long time, and our kids are now grown, so we thought if we didn't do it now, we wouldn't do it. So this has kind of been a lifelong dream of ours to be involved in a business where we can work together on it. So that's kind of where we started, and this came along as an attractive opportunity.
So it is a franchise, so there is a corporate office, but you were telling me earlier that it's a family-owned corporation and puts a lot of value into local business and families. So that was really attractive to y'all into starting this.
It was, and it is proven to be the case. The original Flying Locksmith is actually was founded in Boston by a World War II pilot who, when he got home from the war, was looking for a job and started the Flying Locksmiths.
Okay.
And he's passed that on now to his son, who is in the process of now passing it on to the third generation. And it's the third generation that decided the franchising was an interesting opportunity, and that's how it kind of came to pass. So we know the owners personally. They're great people, and kind of strong family, and that was really attractive to us as well.
So I'm guessing that has something to do with where the name comes from.
Yeah.
Who's a pilot?
It was. That's how, and we get a lot of jokes about you're going to fly into the work site and stuff like that. We stay grounded, but the original owner was a pilot. He actually turned out to not like the name at all, and I think it's a great name. It's something that people remember, and it's our vans are distinctive. So with our Buzz on top, and Buzz is the original owner, so that's where it started. Yeah.
It's definitely a memorable name, and we're glad that you're here in Brunswick County. So locksmithing, a lot of people think of it as that's who I call when I'm locked out of my car, or something breaks. Y'all do a lot more than that.
We do.
It's a very large, encompasses a lot of
It does,
things.
yeah, it does. We focus a lot of our energies on commercial and residential. And we, especially on the commercial side, have been going around introducing ourselves to business owners and really want to start a relationship with them before something breaks. And then they're searching for a locksmith. And if we have a relationship, simple things like there are hundreds of different keyways, for example. If we don't have your keyway in stock, it's hard for us to help you if a key breaks in the lock, or if you need us to make keys or something as simple as that. So by having a relationship with us ahead of time, we can understand your business, your needs on site. If there's any special needs that you have, we can kind of prepare for those, so we're ready for when the inevitable happens, I guess.
Yeah, because your locks are something that's so important that a lot of times they work, but when they don't, it's a big problem. So you want to be there to make sure that they're prepared.
That's right.
For that.
That's exactly right. And it's all kinds of things that people don't necessarily think about on the commercial level. For example, if an employee's let go or leaves and doesn't turn in their keys, suddenly you don't have control of who has keys anymore. So we work with people and companies on that level. On the residential level, I guess we had an example the other week. The gentleman who asked us to rekey his house called us after he had owned the house for about 2 or 3 weeks. And what prompted the call was he found out a tenant down the road in a house had a key to his house. And he's like, I really don't know who has keys to my house. So it's easy when you buy a house just to have us come in and rekey it, and then you've got the peace of mind knowing that you have control over who's coming and going.
Absolutely, and there are a lot of people moving here to Brunswick County, and sometimes you don't know where that key's been or who else might have that key.
No, and if you buy a rental property, for example, if you've older couples oftentimes will leave keys with service folks, plumbers, electricians, and you just don't know what's happened before you bought the house. So it's always a nice peace of mind to just kind of take care of that right out of the gate if you're buying a new home and want to make sure that you know where the keys are and who's going to come and go. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Bill, tell me about your service staff. How many technicians do you have?
Yep. We have 2 fully licensed locksmiths. They're licensed in North Carolina. Our company motto is, if it's on the door, we handle it. So the first thing people always think of are the basic things, locks, handles. But we also do door installs, door repairs, fire door work, all that kind of stuff, in addition to kind of the standard locksmithing operation. With them being licensed in North Carolina, there's a couple of important things that I think people need to be aware of. They're fully background checked, so they've been gone through the full background check. They also have to maintain 24 hours of continuing education credit every 3 years. Which is important because the technology in the industry is changing so much that we want to make sure our guys stay up to speed on what's out there, the new technologies.
That's good to know that they're licensed and they are trained.
They
That's
are,
very important.
yeah, they are. They have to pass a test and have to do very well on the test to be able to gain their license. And it's important in North Carolina. In South Carolina, there's not a licensing structure, but our guys are fully licensed in North Carolina, so it adds a level of professionalism basically wherever we go. So, yeah.
What can your clients expect when they give you a call?
They can call the call center. We're unique in that we have a call center that's up and running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So they don't have to worry about whether or not we're going to be in the office, and if they happen to catch us in the office, the call center's fully staffed day and night. The call center, those folks at the call center are kind of mini experts, so they can help troubleshoot right on the phone. They'll set up an appointment. When the appointment is set up, our locksmiths will call you if we're talking about a residential, and I use this as an example, if you're, working, and we'll call you 30 minutes before we get to your house. So if you want to run home quick from work to just meet us there and take care of it, we can do that.
Okay.
Our guys their pictures are up on the webpage. Obviously the vans come and they are very clearly Flying Locksmith folks. So there's a level of security knowing who's going to come before they even show up at the door. And we'll call you in advance and make sure you're ready for us.
Yeah. What's the story behind the vans? I know people, they seem to be popular.
They
People
are.
talk
Yeah,
about
they are. I love
them,
the
and
vans.
they're very eye-catching.
Yeah, they are. So we have all of our operations take place out of our vans. We can do anything pretty much right there on site. The vans themselves are wrapped with our TFL logos, but there's Buzz on top, which is an airplane pilot. And so that's usually what people remember. They've seen us around town. I hear it all the time. That we just saw your vans, and it's eye-catching. And
You've been in parades and everything.
We did the Southport Parade back in July, and we did a Memorial Day Parade in May over in Myrtle Beach, and we'll continue to do that because we think it's a good way to support the community, and the vans are memorable. So, yeah.
What kinds of issues do people commonly have that you take care of?
Well, as we said, we oftentimes have people who want to rekey. On the residential side, we also have, in this area, a lot of corrosiveness in the atmosphere, so deadbolts will start to stick and corrode, and doorknobs do the same.
Right.
So we'll do a lot of those repairs on the residential side. Occasionally we'll do an emergency lockout, something along those lines. On the commercial side, it's a whole array of issues, from what I just mentioned, rekeying, door closers oftentimes with the corrosiveness start to fail, so they don't close the doors all the way, or they close them too fast and they hit people, and so we'll take care of all those kind of things as well. A lot of the metal doors will start to rust, and eventually that leads to problems, so we'll do full door replacements, storefront door replacements and such. So yeah, we do a little bit of everything when it comes right down to it.
Yeah, there's a lot of maintenance involved with doors and locks that you don't quite think about until you have to take care of it.
No, that's right, and that's why we like to get out there and chat with people before it becomes an issue, so we can kind of take care of things. If you take care of some things early on, it can save you a lot of money later on too.
Absolutely.
So that's one of the things we want to talk to people about. And it also just makes a great first impression that you don't think about until something's wrong. So if you walk into a business and the door slams and hits you as you're walking in, not a great first impression.
Absolutely.
So door sticks and makes all kinds of noises. You don't want to have that be your customer's first experience with you. So we're there to take care of those
Having
things.
a nice, smooth opening door and closing door is satisfying.
Yeah, you take it for granted until it's a problem. That's
Absolutely.
right. That's absolutely right. And it does make a not so favorable impression if it's hard to get into your business or your home even. So we want to take care of those things for folks.
Well, we're glad that you and Carrie are here in the local business community.
Thank you.
And how can folks get in touch with you?
Well, the easiest way to get in touch with us is to just call our 800 number if you need to service something. And like I said, the call center is available. It's 800-649-KEYS or 800-649-5397. So that's the easiest way. And like I said, it's staffed 24 hours a day. If you need to get a hold of us, you can call the call center. They'll patch it through directly to my wife, Carrie, or I, and we'll chat with you if you'd like to do that. We also have an office number here as well, 910-579-5600, and you can call us directly and we'll chat with you as well. So a lot of ways to reach us. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for letting us come and talk to you about the Flying Locksmiths. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Joining me now are doctors of physical therapy, Brandon Whittington and Maya Ramos-Allen at Level Up Physical Therapy in Calabash. Thanks so much for being with us, guys.
Thanks for having us.
So y'all opened this practice up fairly recently. Tell me, why'd y'all decide to go into physical therapy and moved to Calabash. Brandon, do you want to start?
Yeah, so physical therapy was actually a second career choice for me and for my wife. We initially got out of getting a biology degree, and we kind of weren't sure where we wanted to go at first. The jobs are kind of not the greatest in that field, and I was working a little bit in the biology field. I felt disconnected from the change I was causing with the work I was doing. So a friend of ours had an accident where he actually fell out of a lighthouse and had a brain injury. And we went and saw him in the hospital, and we saw these physical therapists. We didn't know what they were at the time, but we saw people working with my friend, and essentially we were just amazed by the kind of stuff they were doing. We couldn't do anything for our friend at that time, but these people were able to help him. We looked into the physical therapy a little bit more, and we really gained respect for the field and the passion. So we followed that dream and went to school together, actually, in 2012, and got her doctorate in 2015.
Okay, so y'all are husband and wife team.
Yeah.
Did y'all meet, did you know that you were going to be physical therapists when you met, or is this something that you kind of fell into after you met, or?
It occurred after we met. When
Okay.
we first met, we were still in undergraduate school and getting our biology degrees. So we went through the decision process and becoming physical therapists after we had already met and been together. So.
Okay, wow, so how did y'all end up here in Calabash? I know you opened this practice fairly recently.
Well, we did a search of where we wanted to open our own clinic because we had previously been working at another physical therapy clinic owned by a physical therapist, and decided that it was time for us to do the same thing ourselves in a different place. And you might want to expand a little bit on the search that you did.
Yeah, we actually looked up, probably several dozen different areas to kind of move to before we made a decision on it. We were looking at four main things. We don't want to be too far from family because family is important to us. We were looking at an area. We had previously been treating an aging population. We really enjoyed that population, so this was kind of an area is good for that. We looked at a small town, and I grew up in the beach, and I really love the beach. So for us, we're looking for an area with all four of those things. And out of all the areas we found, this area had great growth. It just looked perfect, and we came and visited. That was it. We visited one time. We made that decision.
Yeah, so as you said, you really do enjoy being here, and you are a small practice, and you intend to stay that way. I know you were telling me before we started. So just expand on that and talk about the personal service that y'all offer.
So our clinic, we really value the personal relationship with the patient. So for us, we offer a full hour-long session if the patient needs that. We give that whole time for each session. So the evaluation's an hour, and each treatment we have up to an hour to work with that patient. And what's really nice is that every time the patient comes in, they can expect the same doctor of physical therapy. We don't have any technicians. We don't have any assistants. We really value that patient care, so we look at making sure nothing gets lost in communication, that you have a familiar experience every time. We think that gets patients better quicker.
Okay, and what services do you offer? I know you do fall prevention. That's one of the big things you offer. But if somebody's in an accident and they need physical therapy, you're able to offer that too.
Yes, we can treat patients for a variety of injuries or post-operatively. Any sort of joint issues or joint pain, any kind of condition that's neurological, that it's very expansive what we can treat, very broad.
Okay, and I wanted to ask about fall prevention. That's a huge thing in this area.
Yeah, that's one of the things we treat. We've kind of been in a position where we really treat a lot of that at our previous employer. That's kind of one of the main things we did there. And I said we were working previously in the aging population in a small town called South Hill. And we really love to do that. So we came here and we realized that that's something this community needs as well. There's a lot of people here who are having trouble with balance, and falls are a really big deal. A lot of people, especially older adults, every year it's estimated that 1 in 4 older adults will fall. And falls are the number one reason for hip fractures. And it's estimated that every 20 seconds somebody, an older adult, dies from a fall. So it's a really big deal, and a lot of people, I think that this is an area we can make a big difference.
Yeah, at what age should somebody start thinking about getting a fall screening?
The CDC recommends a fall risk assessment for individuals 65 and older on a yearly basis.
Yeah, so annually, everybody 65 and older, according to the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, It's recommended that every person 65 and older gets one of these screenings annually. Just like they get their checkup, they get your eyes checked, you should get a balanced fall screening from a physical therapist or every year.
Okay, and what should somebody expect when they do a fall screening?
Okay, so the first step of the fall screening is actually a little questionnaire. We can administer questions ourselves too for that portion, and then after that we do a short assessment of walking, which is gait, and balance and strength. And so there's 3 little tests done. They're pretty simple and quick to administer. And after that, we do our assessment with the patient to determine what risk category they fall under, whether it's low risk, moderate risk, or high risk for falls, and then just discuss the best options for the, given what category they fall under.
Every time we do, we don't recommend physical therapy. It's not like somebody comes in, they get a fall screening, and then we say, oh, you need physical therapy.
Right.
Actually, the majority of people come in, we've been able to send them to community type things. We've been able to send them to do yoga or Pilates or different kinds of outside things, but a good percentage also do need physical therapy. It's a legitimate fall risk for them. And those people, they don't have to come here just because they get the screening done, but they need to have that service.
So you're able to work with them to find some kind of plan to improve their balance, whether it be physical therapy or something else.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, and what has the response been like from your clients?
Overall, people seem to really appreciate it. We've had some good feedback on Facebook. Some people have posted things. People come in here seem to really appreciate just the easy access. You don't need a referral to do it. You don't need any kind of recommendation. People can just walk in anytime they think they need it. And I think having that open, easy access, there's so many barriers to people getting fall risk. Some people think they don't need it, or they're embarrassed about their balance. They don't want to be put on cane, or think that they're getting older and they have to, do these special things. But I think it's good to open that door. And the easier it is for people to get in and get seen, the more likely more people will come. And so far, we've had really good response.
Yeah, the earlier that you get screened, the better you can plan as you get older.
And that's true. And a very important thing to keep in mind is that even if you don't actually need the physical therapy at the time, it puts a baseline. So if you come at 70 and you do it every year, we can kind of track how things change over time. So we'll know if this is your normal, or hey, look, things got a little worse, we may want to do something about that.
Okay, and if somebody is looking for your services, do they need a referral, or can they just stop on in?
A referral is not required in the state of North Carolina for physical therapy to be initiated. So they can stop in anytime, and we actually take walk-ins too if the time is available to us. So if we're not currently with a patient, we can see somebody on the spot pretty much.
All right, well, as we close our time together, how can somebody get in touch with y'all at Level Up Physical Therapy, and where are y'all located?
So we're just across the street from Venice in the heart of Calabash. And we got Bloomingdale's. We also have next to us the Headhunters Barbershop. These are the areas I've heard are kind of the hot spots people know.
So it's right here in the heart of Calabash.
Right here, yeah, we're right here with
Bloomingdale's on Beach Drive.
Yeah, so you can also give us a call. The number is 910-579-2745, or check out our website. And if you look in, just Google Level Up Physical Therapy in Calabash, we're going to pop up. You'll find us.
Dr. Brandon Whittington and Dr. Maya Ramos-Allen, thanks so much for being with us here on Brunswick Biz. Appreciate it.
Really
Yes,
appreciate it.
thank you for
Thanks
coming
having
here.
us.
This is ATMC TV, your community channel.
ATMC is proud to be a recipient of the NTCA Smart Rural Community Showcase Award. Each year, we award education and community grants in our service area. These grants fund small nonprofits and teachers who are committed to building a better future for Brunswick County. We've also built a fiber network to all of the Brunswick County public schools, because higher speed internet gives students access to online learning, distance education, and more. ATMC is proud to be your smart rural community provider.
It begins with a click. And no matter where you are, you have countless choices at your fingertips. On the road, on your break, even in your own backyard. A world of entertainment is just a click away. Simply go to atmc.com/atmc to go to get started. Because at ATMC, it's all about you.